Believe it or not, this relatively quiet looking truck stop here is the first part of a massive rapid expansion plan that is going to turn my company into multi-millionaires. Hey everyone, it's M4J here and welcome back to From Steam to Electricity here on Transport Fever 2. Between episodes, I went and double-tracked the railway here. So that's now double-tracked from the steel mill at the top of the hill there all the way down to the depot here. In fact, technically here, where the two lines split off. Also, some of you might have already noticed this in the last episode and pointed it out to me in the comments, but I have actually fixed this now so that things actually go in the right order. So the steel gets brought down and dropped off rather than the steel getting brought over here. I think that might be a reason why we weren't picking up much steel, but now we are. I've also increased the number of vehicles again, so there's a 17-second frequency now, which is pretty good. Something else that I've done is added a little stop here, so that some of the grain, not all of the grain, gets brought over here. Reason being is we weren't producing enough grain because the alcohol distillery up here was oversaturated. You know, there's quite a lot of stuff in storage here, so it wasn't producing, this farm here wasn't producing as much grain. Whereas now, as you can see, the livestock farm is actually the main culprit here, and because of that, we've now got more grain being carried, which is good. Makes us more money. Speaking of more money, we need to try now and work out how to make money, because we need to keep progressing. We need to keep moving forward. We are basically stagnated, which is not very good at all. Now, one way to do that would be to look at what needs food. Already I'm hatching a bit of a plan in my head, but this is going to be a heck of an expense. A heck of an expense. It involves stopping here twice. I was just looking to see, look, there's a food processing plant down here, and food is required up at Stowmarket. So what you want is a line. Let's say it picks up iron ore, takes it up here, picks up steel, brings it down here, picks up grain, takes that down here, picks up food, brings that back up to here, and then we need something else. So we could do another steel run to bring it back down here, and then grain to these two places. But my word, is that a heck of a line. I don't think that is in any way feasible whatsoever. But I would love it if that worked. But yeah, the goal, I can't remember if I've already said it actually, but the goal is to pay off the loan. I actually paid off $500,000 just now, but I guess we dropped too low, so it brought some, it took out the loan again. But you look at the interest rate, the way it's falling. I'm guessing it's a 10% interest rate, because that was when it was 10 million, and this is now when it's 9 million. So maybe a 9 point something, 9.9% interest rate or something, which is, but does it say it anywhere? Have I just been blind? Nope, just has the thing there. Maybe, does it say down here? Nope. Okie dokie. Maybe it does on one of these. Who knows? I've still not even built my headquarters yet. Does that matter if you build your headquarters? I'm still learning about this game, believe it or not. But yeah, one thing I want to do today is try and rapid expand, make some money, and from that, pay off the loan. So, already I'm looking here. Logs could get brought over here, turned into paper. We can then come down here, say, pick up grain, bring it over here, and then you form like a square. So if we built a road over like this maybe, and then continue across, that could be one way of doing it. And then we'll have one line that delivers logs to here, and then picks up the grain. And then you're only really running empty from the paper mill to the grain farm, and then from the livestock farm, say, back to the forest, which in this case is kind of a straight line anyway, so that's not too bad. That's one possibility. I don't actually know. Is there a thing with cargo rates? Do different cargoes pay different amounts? Genuinely don't know. That's encouraging. We're making... this one needs changing a little bit, but I mean, this is the most encouraging thing. The fact that we're just continuing to make money, which is very, very nice indeed. Logs down here to make planks, but then what do we do? I don't know. You can see where we've got the other little odds and jobs lines here that are making us some money. In fact, I think this one's making us quite a bit of money, to be fair. Oh, yeah. Now, that's one of our leading lines. So we need to keep that one going. The same frustration creeps in here. Livestock and alcohol. If there was somewhere to take this alcohol to turn it into food, then we can bring that food back, and that would make us a nice, tidier sum indeed. I keep coming back to this one, you know, and thinking this could be a nice little square. So I think, because I just keep looking at it, I keep pining for it, really. I think we should do it. So let's spin this around. Got to make sure it's not going to cost too much money. 100 grand. Yikes. In fact, we don't need two, do we? We just need one. Can always add a second one at a later date. So let's do this. So that's that bit sorted. As for this one, I mean, if I was to just draw that in a straight line, he says whilst not drawing it in a straight line at all. If I was to just draw this in a straight line, there, and then from here, I mean, even if we just cut across to there, that still cuts off a significant amount. So let's just do that for now. Try and keep it relatively cheap. Again, we're actually making quite a nice bit of money while we're doing this. Someone said as well in the comments a while ago, which I did pay attention to, I just forgot to mention, stop. It was basically along the lines of stop building wavy roads and stuff. I know it looks realistic, but yeah, you're better off just carving through in a straight line, which is fair enough, duly noted. We'll start doing that a little bit more. Like here, for example, that's a nice straight line, and then over this way. I'm curving it a little bit here just to get it a bit closer to where I want to be, which is, I guess, like this. And then if we built this one like that, and then like this, and then for the other two stops, it's going to be one here, like so, and one over here, like so. Obviously, these should be connected. Yep, that one is. The other thing we could do is cut across this way, which I think I'm also going to do, just to save a bit of time here as well. So we'll keep the roads not straight but flat for as long as possible by doing this. And then I guess if we just curve it straight round like that, oh, I mean, that's quite expensive. This is actually climbing. I thought this would be descending. Now it's descending. And then even just to save a bit of time there, if we just cut across like that. There we go. Now I think the grain is actually going to be brought this way, is it not? It seems to be. That was a really weird reflection effect there. So we kind of want to cut across this way too. You can already see that makes quite a big cut through the ground, and that makes a tunnel. So maybe just for now we'll just do that, and then as time goes on and we can afford it, we'll do a little bit more. How far is the nearest town from Rugeley? So you've got Toaster, Rugeley, Nailsworth. There could be potential for a passenger line between all of those. Maybe. I'm still going to build the road depot just outside Rugeley, though. Possibly, I mean, we could make that the second stop, actually, and have the origin be the grain farm down here. So it'll make more sense to build this like there. So let's do this. This. And this. So you're going to pick up grain, drop it off, and then you're going to pick up logs and drop it off. You are Rugeley, but you're mixed. Rugeley. L-E-Y mark. There we are. Sweet. Now we need to buy some vehicles for this line, which is over here. Now I don't have line manager running right now, so I need to make sure I buy a decent amount from the get-go. So like 15 would be a good start. There we are. And then hopefully this kicks in. Yep, straight away. And this kicks in straight away. And then over here. Yep. Excellent. What's your rate? 17. Frequency 3 minutes. So yeah, that's the bad one. So when you look at this, it doesn't look that far. But it actually is quite a long way. And we've still got the... So this one here is a basic straight shot, which is fine. This one's a bit more windy, which is kind of problematic. But for now, we'll leave it. It's fine. It's going to make money in pretty much both directions. So we can be happy. Next on the agenda then, because we're gonna keep going. We're just going to keep firing these out now. Especially now I know that the industries here, you can just keep chucking stuff at it and it won't get full. So I'm really tempted. You've got a coal mine here, steel mill there, iron ore mine there. It's just, what do you carry in the opposite direction? That's the problem. That is the big problem. And even here I was looking for like food, but there just isn't any. It's crazy. Food processing is the least very, like, it's the least common industry I'm finding right now. Probably because I'm directly looking for it and I just can't see it. Which is, it could be a me problem, that one. You never know. What else have we got over here? So there's iron ore there, steel mill there, but there's no coal mine nearby. But then again, iron ore, steel mill, but again, there's no coal mine nearby. Where have all the coal mines gone now as well? There's one there. And there's 2 steel mills, but there's no iron ore mine. So that one's done a runner as well. There's 2 fuel refineries, no oil sand mine. There's this one, which I think was the one we were looking at before. Just need like a coal mine here. You can see as well there's actual industry shutting down around here, which is a bit of a pain. This could be a good one. And then this could be a good one. So we can at least get this side of things started, because that's quite a short journey. Although saying that, we're not going to make a huge amount of money because it's quite a short journey. So you almost want the... What's the ratio here? It's a 2-to-1. So yeah. The temptation is to get the steel from here and bring it up as well. And then you can take goods into Hale. But what do you bring back to make this all worth it? There was an iron ore mine up here in Hale, that would make it worth it. Or something else. In fact, there's an iron ore mine there. There to there, steel up. And we form like this triangle. And then this to this to this. And then I guess you come back. And then maybe goods up here. And there's no coal mine. You'd have to bridge the river, and that's going to be... I mean, let's just have a look, hypothetically, how much it's going to cost to bridge the river here. So this is kind of the narrowest point. Well, first of all, it's going to cost me, like, 60 FPS. Yeah. Oof. Yikes. What about over this way a bit more? Yeah, it's unfeasible, isn't it? Although we do have a little something, a little invention called the ship. It's just a shame that neither of these, and again, I'm sure this is done by design. Neither of these, where is it? Other way around. Neither of these mills are near enough to the water. That's actually so annoying because we're literally just a coal mine away from making this a viable industry. But we could still do the grain to here and then potential to expand it in the future and then get the goods over there. I didn't even look to see... No, Wisbeach doesn't accept goods. I thought I said London then. I was about to say London's tiny now. There's another one over here that could be done with grain. I mean, this as a thing could work. Bring the iron ore down. Bring the steel back. But then... Or the coal here. Up to here. This can then come across. Go up to there. this can just do its thing. Ay, ay, ay. We literally just need an iron ore mine. And not even an iron ore mine, sorry, a coal mine. And we'll be laughing. There is actually... Burton needs goods. So what if we... What if we had... Okay, sorry, let me just think. Grain, plastic, over here, empty to here, pick up iron ore, bring it back down here, and then back up to here again. That's viable. If there's a coal mine somewhere... I mean, there's a coal mine there. Could we, in theory, go from here over to here, pick up steel over to here, bring goods back to Burton? Is that too far? I guess there's only one way to find out. And that's to actually build the thing and see if it makes us money. If there's anyone screaming at your screens right now, trust me, I probably am too. I'm definitely screaming on the inside right now. So from here... Oh, that's a hefty incline. There's like a tiny, tiny gap here that we can realistically go through. And keep this somewhat affordable and also somewhat flat. There. So from here, through Burton, it will then continue this way, and then we need to connect this bit up. Which again, not the cheapest thing to do. And it's going to cost so much to get the amount of vehicles we need to actually saturate this line fully. I'm already thinking, even though we're committed at this point, that it's not actually viable. And we could just build these roads and walk away. That's a very valid thing we could do right now. But I don't know about you, there's the sick bastard in me that wants to try and make this work. Really does want to try and make this work. So from here... Yeah, see, that's not going to work. But from here... As long as we keep the gradients somewhat respectable... Now, the other thing we could do is build a one-way system over here to make this viable too. So, I've got to remind myself, it's grain here, plastic, empty, iron ore down here. So the grain one needs to be out of the way, which I think if I built it over here anyway, it would be. The only one that needs to be big, I think, is this one over here, because I think the steel one is going to be managed by... actually, no, steel needs to be pretty big too. The steel one's going to be a real pain in the ass as well, because we need to make it kind of like this almost. We actually need it to go this way round. I think if we just did this... Plausible. If we did this, even more plausible. Let's just do that as a demonstrator. Street access, we need an exit over here. And then we just need to connect these up. So if we did this, and then over here, we just need to, I mean, maybe not. Oh, hey, that's a huge, look at the size of that gradient. The horses are just going to keel over trying to get up that. It's going to have to be a bit more like this, which causes a huge cutting, of course, and then join it up. Oh my, that's expensive. Yeah, we're way too committed now. We kind of have to make this work no matter what, don't we? So, coal over here, steel up here, goods back here, and it's only this section here where it runs empty. So that, in theory, should hopefully make money. Stick you there. Bring you in like that. That should be connected as well. Grain, that's the other one. So we need to put you in probably... I mean, that's not the worst place for it. Genuinely thought I just built the wrong thing in the wrong spot then. That would have been heartbreaking. We do actually need another stop over here. So it's a 2-to-1 ratio, isn't it? So we're only going to be delivering half as much plastic as we are grain. Which is, again, it's not ideal, but we really don't have much of a choice now, do we? This one I almost need it to be enter from both sides scenario. So if I do this... Again, it's so inefficient building it like this early. But just to get these one-way systems up and running now could save us so much time and money in the future. We're going to have 2 different lines using this road here. So it's important that we get this right first time. And then over here, we need another one-way system, which actually we could do... like this. He says, realizing that's not quite as efficient as he wanted it to be. Let's say we built you there. Like that. I remember how street access works here. So you can only build it there. So what we need is a stupid curve that comes around like this, which costs an arm and a leg, and then it needs to come like this, and then it needs to come like this, and then this one just needs to come off it like this. It's so bloody pointless, but it's basically the only choice we have. Just to make that work. Cool. So, are we ready to go? I think we actually... Oh no, one more thing we need is a truck stop here in the middle of Burton. Which actually... I think there is probably a good spot for it. Cool. And then the road depot... see, we could almost benefit from 2 for this. Because I want one... Definitely want one here near the grain. But then... Oh, man. Might just be a temporary one. Build a temporary one here, just so that it gets straight out to the first stop there. And then we'll build another temporary one over here, just so it goes to the first stop over here. Like so. Right, let's get these lines in before the game decides that it doesn't want these to exist anymore. So it's here to over here, then via that, obviously, which I think it would do, actually, that one by itself anyway. And then it's steel to here, and then it's goods to over here. So you are coal, which is that one, right? No, that's oil sand. That's coal. You are steel. You are goods. Now, the other problem with this that I've also just realized, and we can solve this actually relatively easy, to be honest. So if I just go mixed Burton upon Trent, we need the iron ore one to be going first, so that as soon as coal's brought here, steel's produced. Also, as soon as steel's brought up here, goods are produced. So this is the line we're going to get running first. And it's very, very, very important that we get this one running first. And you're going to do this. And then you're going to do this. Which means this line over here actually also needs to be double-ended. So I've put that in the wrong spot, which is slightly irritating. Let me fix that quickly before anything else. Because, yeah, that's actually very, very slightly irritating. I mean, I could just do this. And... oh, you absolute swine. Try again. If I just built it a little bit further away, like here. Hello. There we go. And now we can build this. And now it will work. Oh, I so nearly bought that then. That would have been an absolute disaster. Financially, spiritually, all of it. So yeah, that's connected. Good. Right. Check. I mean, to be honest, vehicles running through that is not what I want at all. Where's... let's just turn that on for a second. No, not add. Oh yeah, it is add, but I need to do this right. So after 3, you need to go via that, and then after 6, where are we? Over here. You need to go via that again. There we go. The other line coming through here I'm not as fussed about, but I'd still prefer it if it didn't. So number 5. There we go. And then you are this and mixed Burton upon Trent 2. This one is 1. Actually, this one's 2. This one is 1. Because this is the one we're starting first. So it makes sense. Right. Burton upon Trent. This one. So it's grain first. Then it's plastic. Yep. Then it's nothing. Then it's iron ore. And then it's nothing again. Correct? Correct. Okay, and then here, that and that, and here, that and that. So now, if I was to buy, like, how many vehicles I can afford for this line, if I can try and get, like, 20, 477 grand, which I feel like I can afford, if I just speed up time a little bit. Oh, you... so close. So close. Come on, game. Be nice to me. Be nice to me. Something's going on. Is it line manager? No, it's not line manager, is it? Oh, God. Alright, let's lower it to 15 because I feel like it's going to be an easier number to reach. 358,000. Come on, game. And we're just going to flood this line first. And then once this one has reached a certain level, we can look at the other one. So we'll do that one first. What's your rate? 16, frequency of 3 minutes. Ugh, not the best. Main thing is to start getting plastic up here. If we can do that, then we can get the other line running and things will be a lot nicer. Things will be a lot smoother in the neighborhood, as they say. I mean, we've got grain for days here right now, so that's fine. And we can always, for the iron ore and not so much the coal, although there is coal there, and we could bring it over here, and then. But yeah, if need be, we've always got more iron ore here that we can chuck over. The big one is getting coal over, but we should get a nice steady flow once things start running smoother. Could also, if it's not too expensive, cut a little corner off here. That's worrying. The fact that we're suddenly so deep in the hole again. Why has that happened? So don't tell me the idea's failed before it's even really got started. There we go. And straight away those two, they're like, oh, no, new road's open. We'll go that way instead. So this should be, I know it's a 2-to-1, but it should be the first vehicle here drops off and doesn't pick up anything. The second one should pick up the first lot of plastic, I hope. You never know, though. This one might do it. But already that's profitable, which is nice. Yeah, so that one's leaving empty. But this should now be running, and is. We've consumed. We're working. It's happening. And there you go. The first lot of plastic. It's only one right now, though. It should be two. Where's the other one gone? It is there. I just don't think it's made its way across yet. There you go. That's got 3 waiting now. And that's got 3 on board. So now the next lot should be kicking in. And so on and so forth. But the goal right now is to get this line here. And keep pumping it full of vehicles. Every time we can afford it, just keep pumping it full of vehicles. We want to get that frequency down to less than 20 seconds if possible. Just keep pumping vehicles in. Every time we get some money, just stick it in the line. There we go, down to 68. Huge deficit there. That must be the train costing us money. Are we taking out a loan? Yeah, we've maxed out the loan again. So we've actually done the opposite to what we wanted to do today. But, it's fine. Main thing is, over time, this will start producing the money that we need to, buy that pesky second train and all that good stuff. If I just keep an eye on... Oh, yeah. That's what we want to see. We want to see the queue. That means that we're doing the right thing. We've got more vehicles than we need, which I don't actually think is true right now. We need a lot more vehicles still on this line. We could just turn on line manager, but we only want it to focus on this line, and there are ways of doing that, but it's a massive, massive faff. So the easiest thing is just to turn line manager off and sit here while it does its thing. Eventually, yeah, Cockermouth 2's losing us tons of money again. Not quite sure why. Guess it's been a while since a delivery was made, but that frequency is good. This is the next one to lose us money, of course, but that will change momentarily once things start happening. We've got grain on board. We've got plastic on board. So once that's brought over here and goes into storage... I'm actually just looking because it's a 2-to-1... Yeah, it's a 2-to-1 ratio here as well. And we're making slag, which in theory can get turned into construction materials, no? Yeah, which Stone Market actually has the ability to do. So maybe one day that's what we do with all this slag. We just take it up to Stone Market. But Stone Market is freaking miles away. It's all the way up here. But we do have a railway line in situ that could start that process off at least. Right. Yeah, this is starting to happen now. Look, we've got plastic coming in, which is good. So the first vehicle is always the worst one. After that, it's a steady flow of plastic. And it should be 2 per, which is good. And there's a nice gap between vehicles, so it's a steady flow. And just as we keep adding more vehicles to the pile here, that flow is going to just get better and better each time. Oh, I was just about to clone more vehicles then, and then we lost it. The only problem now, of course, is the iron ore from here has to come all the way down here, and then this vehicle runs back empty. And it's this bit here that's going to cost us the most. Alright, 52. So that was another 10 that we just added. Not the worst. I think we're doing the right thing here. We're making good progress. If we can keep these industries over here open long enough to get this side of the chain working as well, that'll be a nice little earner, I reckon. A nice little earner indeed. Although that's a long way. The coal here is going a long way over here. And to do it all by truck, that's a hell of an ask. So I'm already thinking that side of things might not be as... yeah, I mean, I'm fully zoomed out right now and it still almost fills the screen. That's quite a journey. But you never know. Might surprise myself. Main thing is, this line, if it starts making money, it should be able to fund the other one. There we go. Down to 46 seconds now, so that's better. Still not perfect. I still want to see a big queue here. Although I don't want it to be too big a queue unless I upgrade the road here, because we do need to keep this road free for the other vehicles to come through as well, of course. But then once this is up and running, it might not be as much of a queue anyway, so that's fine. Alright, the first one should have picked up. Yep, we got the first lot of iron ore on board now, so that's good. That should be huge when that gets delivered. And I think if we build a shortcut road across here, which is also on my to-do list. Oh man, nearly had enough. That'll be a big help too. But I think we're coming up towards the end of the episode. We're coming up for 35 minutes of recording here. I'm pretty happy with this. It's a shame we couldn't get the other side running, but I don't want to do the trick where I just get one vehicle and then use Line Manager for that one. I really feel like that one needs proper care and attention on it to actually make it work. Otherwise, we're just going to lose so much money. It's going to be ridiculous. I am, though, just going to wrap up this episode here by... Oh, that was 500,000 we just made there. The train must have delivered. Just going to do that to cut off that corner. I could, in theory, cut off a corner here as well, but it is what it is. Let's clone this a couple more times. There we go. Get it down to 34 seconds. That's better still. And I might leave this one as is for now. Rate of 87, frequency of 34. What we really need right now. Did I just see Machines Factory, Burton upon Trent? Over here. Nah, it needs silver, so that wouldn't work. What we need is faster road vehicles, because that will make a huge difference. And I don't think... Let's just do a little check. So your speed limit is, I think, 11 or 12. If I come over here to somewhere that has a tram depot... You're not faster, but you can carry more. What's your... 9,954 a year, which I think is a lot more than this. Yeah, 3 times the amount. But then you carry 4, and your capacity is 10. Not 10. Yeah, 10. So it's almost 3 times the amount for almost 3 times the amount, and your speed was the same. So I think that just carries more in the same space of time, basically, rather than... I don't think there's a hack. I don't think there's many hacks in this game for making money fast. People might think there are, but I really don't think there are once you boil it down. Not really. Yeah, I made 7,000. This whole thing needs to pick up quick, I would say, because that's not benefiting us at all. We had that huge influx, so it must have been the train. Yeah, there and there. And we made profit there, and we're making profit now. We haven't hit the million again with road vehicles, not for a while. But I think this is going to be the way, though. We're just going to have to keep this rapid expansion going. Keep taking these risks and hope that it pays off. Main thing is we've got stuff waiting here, and there is still a trickle of vehicles. Although the first one hasn't quite made it back yet. So we do need to keep pumping into this line to keep it going. And to be honest, even if the coal one doesn't pay off, this still, as a system here, works. You know, it earns enough to pay for itself. Oh man, I was about to buy more vehicles then and then dawdled. It's because I opened the depot screen. That's why we lost that. There we go. It's around 120,000, I think, for 5. That's 29 seconds, 27 seconds, 26 seconds. It's getting closer. It is getting closer. And we're going to have a queue at the grain farm now because we've got the first ones coming back as these ones are coming out the depot. We just got to keep getting that time down as much as we can. I think, was it 11 seconds I said last time is how long a vehicle takes to load? So that's the target. Anyway, I think that is going to be a natural place to wrap up this video. We're getting a good line going here. And if we can get the other one going, which I might try and do off camera, just to try and start making money from that as well, then we should be absolutely laughing, which would be very nice indeed. So for now, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series so far. Drop some comments down below with ideas for future episodes. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. It really does help me out. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you for your continued support. Like I said, really helps me out. I very much appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and until next time, I will see you soon.